Alright guys, so we're going to be wrapping the 1969 Ford Torino, and before I do that, I need to prep the car and make a video on how to get the surface ready to accept any kind of vinyl. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'm going to be posting this so Car Wrap Online can see that I've putting in the work to get this sponsorship and get this color of this car changed, because my HOA hates it, and yeah, I'm kind of tired of looking at it like this. I would love to see it all solid one color, so that would be pretty sick to be able to finally get done. It'll only be temporary, but yeah, we're gonna prep all this because I'll show you guys here in a second why we can't just wrap over this. It's all dry rotted and it has like lots of super abrasive surface. Half of it's smooth, some of it's real glossy still. We can wrap right over this. This area you can wrap over this, no issue. But this you cannot wrap over this. So we're gonna prep all the surface and get it ready for some vinyl wrap. First I'm gonna start with some 80 grit on a sanding block, and I'm just gonna kind of see what happens here. Kind of smooth for the most part. I'm gonna get a rag. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to use your bare hands on the metal. I learned that from a follower, because the oils from your hands can get inside the panel, kind of jack things up, I guess. Guys, this is after I worked that panel and got all the rust off of it. I was just gonna smooth it all out, but upon further inspection, the rust is actually seeping through the primer and coming to the surface like this here. So if you guys look, I'll show you guys up close what it looks like. And I mean, sure, I could sand all this smooth, and I could get it to, you know, be smooth enough to lay primer on, but I'll have the same issue. So once I lay the primer down, the rust will eventually seep back through, and I don't want that. So we're stripping this all the way down to metal just on these spots here. So just these areas that have rust on them, so it's going to be like that for the roof as well. I'm going to have to strip all that down. And then once that's stripped down, I'm going to prep the surface for that epoxy primer. So right now I'm using an 80 grit on a palm sander, and it's struggling. I mean, I'm using these Brower pads from Harbor Freight. They're working like crap, so yeah, I'll show you guys. Also, don't forget to wear your respirator. This is important. You don't want to be breathing this stuff in, as it can cause you have respiratory problems.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the blood through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Alright guys, so this is after I've worked the panel. I've almost gotten all of the rust off of it, but as you can see there's these pits that are really dark and deep. And I tried using phosphoric acid on this side over here. And it's this stuff called Afterblast from Eastwood. And it worked pretty good. You can see right here where it's kind of worked and pulled some of that out of there. But I looked up what would work even better, and there's this stuff called muriatic acid, and this is how it left the panel after I rinsed it one time with that muriatic acid. And I mean, that stuff worked good. I accidentally left my Scotch-Brite right here, and I mean, look at it, it just cleaned that metal right up. So I'm probably gonna just do the rest of the panel like this, and then we got to neutralize with some baking soda and water. So one thing that I need to mention, if you're using muriatic acid, make sure you have a well ventilated area, you're using a respirator and some rubber gloves, because this stuff is very toxic, can mess up your lungs and will burn your skin. So just make sure you're using all the proper precaution and your personal protective equipment. For those of you that don't know, this is what it's going to look like. You can get this at your Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. I've just put it in a spray bottle so it'll make things easier to use. I'm going to get my gloves and my respirator, and then I'll be right back. I'm going to start applying this stuff, and I won't really be able to say much, but I'll put you guys on a time lapse so you can see what I'm doing.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
So this is a untreated rust, and this is the treated panel. It still has microscopic little dots, but I'm just gonna finish this side right here, and then I'm gonna neutralize the whole panel, and then I'm just gonna carry on tomorrow morning, because I've got everything covered in dust and dirt, and it's just not looking good, so I need a lot of cleanup to do.
Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out.
If you put the paper towels on like this for it to soak, it'll allow the muriatic acid to sit in and bite, and you can start to see the rust coming through and soaking into the paper towels. Make sure you're using paper towels and not microfibers or anything like that, because that will melt and stick to your surface, and you don't want that. Alright guys, one thing that I noticed really helps is agitating the surface with some steel wool. it really kind of breaks up the rest of that rust and helps it get out of the pits that it's in. And when you're doing this, also don't just throw away your paper towels. You can transfer these to a different section and kind of re-soak it, you know, and this will kind of help save on material and stuff like that. But don't forget to neutralize your panel when you're done with this.
You're going to take some of this baking soda and mix it with warm water and wash your hood or the part that you used muriatic acid on. And this will neutralize your part.
That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Today's Halloween, October 31st, 2024. So hopefully by next year, this time I'll be driving this car. Now that's a very unrealistic goal, but I still got to come back tomorrow and hit this one more time. Try to get these pits out of here. I'm going to let it real soak on there tomorrow, but I just wanted to neutralize the panels because I didn't want it sitting on there overnight. But thanks for watching.